Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at new changes with Rufus version 4.14, and there's some really big wins here, so let's just jump right in. First is going to be the quality of life option, and this is going to be disabling things like Copilot, OneDrive, Outlook, and fast startup. And all you have to do is basically just check this box, and it does it for you. So behind the scenes, what it's actually happening is Rufus is embedding removal instructions into an answer file. So when Windows sets up and uses this file during the install, all of these items and others are either being removed or disabled before the OS even finishes installing. One thing to note, while this sounds amazing, Microsoft can still re-enable some of these features again through Windows updates. The next item is going to be an add silent option. As you see, mine is currently grayed out because I do not have a Windows 11 Pro, but what this is doing is it now allows for a hands-free install of Windows 11, and it's mainly targeted towards IT and enterprise users doing mass deployments, basically removing the step where it asks you where you want to install Windows. Instead of choosing which drive or whatever it is, it's going to pick whatever the first one in the system firmware it finds. Now, this isn't something most home users would need, and luckily by default, most of these settings are unchecked, but do be mindful if you have the ability to check this box, there is a chance that you could wipe the wrong drive. Next in the changelog is going to be the SkuSiPolicy.p7b to the ESP on installation. And what that is as of right now, most computers get this update after a system update normally, but this allows you to have it from a fresh image. And what it's doing is preventing attackers from rolling back system files to older, more vulnerable versions. Most users can really just skip this, but it's a nice to have baked in from a fresh install, especially for those of us that are maybe power users or others that are dealing with more sensitive information. Again, it's not checked by default, you will have to check the box. And the last change in the user experience improvement is going to be add tooltips for all dialog options. So now we can see under here, we could hover over each of these options and it gives a small description and explanation about what they do. It's a nice little touch, especially if you're just a little confused about what each one of these can do for you. Next up in the changelog is referencing El Torito. Now this is an old CD boot standard, and Rufus can now partially extract UEFI boot images from ISOs, and this is mostly dedicated for Dell BIOS and firmware update ISOs. And what this means is before they weren't actually able to flash these ISOs onto a USB drive, and hopefully with this change now they can do that. The next change we have is improve error report when the user tries to use an image that resides on the target device. So that means if you selected the USB drive that you're trying to image and it also has the ISO that you want to image it to, it's actually going to give you a little bit better of a message output that it can't do that. Moving on is improve the UEFI NTFS partition label. And this is referring to how in Windows setup, when you pick the disk to install, you will see now a clearer and more descriptive label on the Rufus install media so you don't accidentally delete it or think it's a different drive. Next, they've improved support for Bazzite and other Fedora derivatives that don't allow for EFI conventions. Now, before when you tried to image with Rufus, Bazzite, or Fedora, you might have had issues with it actually trying to boot from that USB drive. What this is actually doing is clearing up where the bootloaders get placed on the USB drive for these distros so that they can now boot correctly without issue. Next is the Bitdefender hidden VHD detection, which has also been approved. Bitdefender creates hidden VHD virtual disk files on your system, and Rufus can now better detect and exclude these so they don't accidentally treat them as a target drive or get confused by them. Next is going to be the improved grub and ISO Linux MBR reporting, where Rufus detects a grub or ISO Linux based boot record. It now can report more useful information about it, which is helpful for debugging boot issues. Now for the last two, which are going to be the bug fixes. The first is Windows To Go Media has had a fix applied for errors caused by newer versions of BCD Boot, the tool that sets up boot configurations. This was causing errors when creating portable Windows install on a USB drive, and this has now been corrected. The last change we have here is the local accounts that start or end with a space, and it's easy to do by accident, would previously cause a lot of errors. Rufus now handles and trims those correctly. Now, if you want to test out some of these features, feel free to go ahead and download the latest version of Rufus, target the newest version of Windows or whatever Windows version you have, and then you will see the options show up as soon as you hit start. You will see all the different check checkboxes and new changes that we just discussed here. Now, hopefully this video was informative. If it was, think about liking, commenting, and subscribing down below. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.